What's up guys, and welcome back to B for Crypto. In today's video we are going to find out what is going to happen with Bitcoin, because guys, I've removed all my lines and I'm starting over, and we are going to concentrate on these two important lines. If we're going to break down towards the downside, I could expect that we are going to reach our previous low round about the levels of $17,600 for Bitcoin, and if we're going to break out towards the upside, I think that we are at least going to retest the 100 moving average on the daily chart, and that means we're going to reach a level of $21,000. Because guys, at the moment all the technical analysis doesn't make any sense. We're gearing up for a massive move. And guys, are these $84,000 Bitcoin that have been bought on Coinbase an indication that we have reached the bottom? We are going to find out all of that in today's video. So guys, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe. And guys, we're going to start directly on the daily chart for Bitcoin. And as you guys can see, I've removed all my long-term trend lines. And now we're going to concentrate on these two trend lines. This downward sloping trend line and this upward sloping trend line. Because at the moment, it's really hard to predict what is going to happen. But what is very clear is that we are gearing up for this massive move. Why? Because Bitcoin is moving sideways at the moment. And we are just getting these wicks towards the upside and towards the downside, and Bitcoin is staying within the level of $19,300. So guys, maybe we could expect this dump towards the downside or this fake out of the symmetrical triangle, or we could stay within this symmetrical triangle until we get a clear indication in which direction we are going to break out. So guys, we're going to go on the 4-hour chart to find out what the price movement of Bitcoin did within the last few days. So on the 4-hour chart guys, you can see that we have reached a level of $19,600 for Bitcoin, and then we got a strong rejection at this downward sloping trend line. And that's why this trend line is quite significant, because we can see that on this trend line we have 1, 2, 3 touch points, and then we saw this breakdown towards the downside. But at these levels, around about the level of 19,000 all the way up to $19,300, so in these areas we have a lot of support and resistance. So guys, at the moment we really have to concentrate if we're going to see this bounce from this upward sloping trend line. So with that, we could expect that we're going to stay within this range until we're going to get a clear indication in which direction we're going to break out. But guys, now we're going to look at the news of the $48,000 Bitcoin purchase. So over on Twitter, we can see that the CEO of Cryptocurrencies posted just today, just in 84,000 Bitcoin flowed out of Coinbase today. So guys, on this chart, you can see that today we had a purchase of 48,000 Bitcoin via Coinbase. So guys, we're going to go down to find out what does it mean for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin price is now close to the estimate entry price of institutional investors who have been using Coinbase services like prime brokerage, custody, and so on. If you still believe institutions drive this market, this bull opium could work for you. On this chart, we can see that each time when we had this massive outflows on Coinbase, we could see that big institutions were loading up, and afterwards we saw that the price of Bitcoin went back up. So guys, at the moment we are in these areas. Does this mean that the institutions are one step ahead and that they are buying the bottom? Guys, maybe we're going to see a massive move for Bitcoin within the next week. Because guys, it's really clear that we are coming to the end, because if we go over to the charts, we can clearly see that there's no more room left for Bitcoin to go sideways. We have to decide for a direction, and maybe we're going to see the breakout very soon. And with that, maybe the bottom is in, or we're going to see a massive dump towards the downside, followed by a quick correction towards the upside. But guys, we have to stay focused and we have to concentrate on these important lines. But let's go over to the DXY to find out what the DXY is doing at the moment. So you can see that the DXY came very close to this parabolic trend line, and we saw this bounce towards the upside. And that is also the reason why the Bitcoin price was dumping in the last 24 hours. But as you can see that we are forming lower highs for the DXY. So guys, this trend line for the DXY is quite important, because if we would see this rejection towards the downside, we could also expect that the price of Bitcoin will bounce from these regions. So that is very important for Bitcoin today, that we're going to see this bounce at the levels of $19,000, and that we're going to see that the DXY will get a major rejection. But guys, one more thing, let's go on the logarithmic on the weekly chart for Bitcoin. A lot of people are expecting that we're going to see the same scenario as in the year 2018, that we'll get one more last capitulation towards the downside and that we could reach levels of 10,000 US dollars. But guys, a lot of people were shouting at these levels of 96,000 US dollars at our previous all-time high that we're going to reach 100,000 US dollars. And we saw that the price of Bitcoin saw this rejection at this long-term trend line. But guys, I think that we are at the same scenario, that a lot of people are shouting for lower prices for Bitcoin, but we're going to see the direct opposite happen. So guys, if you like this content, go down, smash up the like button and subscribe. With that, you will support this channel. And guys, if you want to buy crypto on the spot market or trade on the leverage market, go down in the video description below and sign up with my Bitget link to receive a major deposit bonus. And guys, make sure to be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.